You said of all three industries that you worked in, what tied it all together was the customer. So I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about that press release. What does the customer have? What's the role when you're thinking about that press release and the customer and getting that focus to be one that is thematic throughout the organization?
Yeah. Well, it starts with making sure that the themes or the vision is there at every level of the organization. And you start out talking about in publicly traded companies, it's quarter at a time. You have 13 weeks. You have 13 weeks to go hit your quota, to hit your number, to make sure that your shareholders are satisfied. And then you start all over again. But when it comes to customer experience or long-term strategy or change, you don't necessarily have that benefit of just starting over and saying, "Hey, sorry, Mr. Customer, day one of a new quarter." Nope, you don't get it. So we have to make sure that at all parts of the business, that customer thread in some form or fashion is there. And there's the idea of OKRs and KPIs and how they all interlate and what does that look like. And I've been part of so many meetings and reviews where it's the revenue side of the house. Let's go through your KPIs. We had this many leads convert, this many deals closed, this many turnups. Okay, and then you go to the onboarding or implementation side where you at this many projects closed, this many new seats, and you go to the support, how many cases closed. But what you don't have is how many customers did you close that you successfully onboarded, saw adoption and value in your product or your tools, and are actually benefiting from it and aren't becoming a burden by constantly calling in and driving up your support costs. Every phone call, every case has a cost. Every implementation has a cost. Every deal has a cost. And these are the things that I don't necessarily think are all aligned across all different parts of the business because everybody is so laser focused on their business with their blinders on saying, I have 13 weeks. I need to close out my quarter. I need to hit my revenue number. Or I need to get this much in bookings delivered or this many projects done or these milestones and get that going. And then you forget about the customer experience. We did every company that's out there, especially in the SaaS world, they do such a good job building relationships with customers, buying the trust to get them to buy your product. Very few products sell themselves. You got to take some level of need. But then it's like, okay, great. And we celebrate those wins, but then do we celebrate the turnups? Do we celebrate the fact that this customer was so successfully implemented that they've only called in 3 times in 90 days and the average is 10? No. And that's where you've got to generate this and make sure that everybody understands where it's at. And having a unified leadership team is key to that because so many people are just focused. Their stock price is going down. Why is stock price going down? Go look at any earnings report that's out there. What's the first thing they look at? Revenue, then free cash flow. Customers they're how all of that happens. Flip it on its head, think about it a little bit differently of how many customers have we implemented? What's the revenue associated with that? And what's the success outcomes out of those?